Hey guys, it's Black Girls YouTube too, and I'm back. I figured now I'm finally qualified to give you guys my opinion on what's better, an HBCU or an Ivy League. So for those of you who don't know and are new to my channel, I hope you subscribe. But I went to Howard University for undergrad. Howard University is an HBCU, also known as a historically black college or university, and then I chose to attend Columbia University for my master's program. Columbia University is a PWI, a predominantly white institution. So kind of like the systems that are already in existence that rank colleges, I decided that I would tell you guys what I thought was better, but I would let you know based on what criterion. So the BGYT ranking system is based off of food, financial aid, dorms, social mobility, parties, men, and networking. So let's get started. We're gonna start with food. Food was so much better at my HBCU. A lot of people hate going to the CAF, right? The CAF was my favorite thing to do because our CAF ladies, honestly, at Howard, they love us. Sometimes they yell at us and all that good stuff, but they really love us, and there's so many different options to choose from. Here at Columbia, which is actually ranked one of the highest cafeterias in the country, it's literally trash. If you can tell me what this is in my bowl, I will give you a free Black Girls YouTube 2 t-shirt, I promise. And then of course at Howard we had Soul Food Thursday, and although the soul food wasn't quite like my mom's, it felt good to me that like they at least tried to relate to my culture. And of course that would happen because I was at an HBCU and I am black, but oh god, the food at Columbia sucks, man. So in this category, an HBCU definitely wins. But I will admit that if you are a vegan or a vegetarian, you would probably enjoy a PWI better. I think that they take that kind of stuff more into consideration because more students are, you know, vegan and vegetarian, and so there were a lot more options if that was your diet. In terms of financial aid, I gotta give it to the PWIs. They don't play. If they tell you your money is gonna be here on such and such date, it will be here the night before at 11:59 p.m. My favorite story being an HBCU is the fact that I was on hold with financial aid for about 40 minutes, right? When I called, for 40 minutes I was waiting. Then I finally got to hear back from someone, and she told me she was gonna put me on hold and connect me to another person. Well, she forgot to put me on hold, she put the phone down, and then I could hear Candy Crush playing in the background. I swear, and this is my story. This is my story, I swear it happened. And the fact that I was waiting for 40 minutes is not all that long. It's pretty typical calling in at an HBCU about your financial aid. At a PWI, you send an email and you will get answered back relatively quickly. They'll have options for you, your answer. The only thing though, they're not just willing to give out money like my HBCU was. I know a lot of people had problems with like scholarships and getting aid and stuff like that from Howard University. I was not one of those students, and my grades actually weren't amazing going in. You know, I kind of was rewarded for a little bit less. Columbia, they gave me absolutely nothing to come here. I am here off of loans. I didn't have that much money in loans coming from Howard University. So I will say an HBCU is a little more generous, but they do not get back to you and you will not hear from them, and they will act like they don't know you when they see you. So I'm gonna have to give financial aid to the PWIs. The next category is dorms, dorm life. The dorms at Howard were better. They were better. I don't know what HBCUs in general, but you know, we actually, if you live in the towers, they renovated College Hall North, College Hall South, you know, it actually is pretty nice because being here, I live in a closet, but I'm also in New York City. Let me give that disclaimer. Here at my PWI, I live in New York City, so you know, it is a little biased. That could be why my room is so small, but And then, you know, a lot of people think like the roach and mice thing is an HBCU thing. No, baby, it's a city thing. It's an urban thing because they got them here too. Luckily, I don't have them in my room. So I'm gonna have to give the dorms to the HBCUs. Howard, you got it. Social mobility. I'm going to base this on being a black student only. If you're popular and black, I think it's tied. Because at a PWI, because you're going to be one of very few black students, you're already going to stand out. People are going to think you're funny. People are going to want to be around you, especially if you are a black male. At an HBCU, you know, you can join a fraternity or a sorority if you are a popular black student. So in terms of like getting in here and then being like top dog on campus, if that's what you're interested in, being a social butterfly, I think that you know, it's equal. You can go either place and do well. If you are a nerdy black and it's a little bit harder for you to make friends, I think that an HBCU personally would be a better place for you. And the reason that I say that is because in either place you can find your tribe. You can find a group of, like, let's say you're a black nerd that likes to watch anime. You're definitely going to be able to find a group of people that like to watch anime wherever it is that you are. However, if you are a black student who likes anime, you might be more comfortable finding other black students who are interested in the same things, because not only do they share your interests, but they also share like the cultural place that you're coming from. So if you were bullied a lot for being the only black kid, you're gonna find a bunch of people who are probably bullied too, and they'll share your sentiments, they'll understand exactly where you're coming from, and you'll be able to talk about all that stuff with them and they won't discount it. Not saying that your white friends at PWI would, it's just you might find that you're more comfortable at an HBCU. It really all depends, but I'm gonna have to say social mobility is tied. HBCU, PWI, it's tied. Neither is better per se. In terms of the parties, an HBCU has it. Like, I really, honestly, I thought being at a PWI I was gonna go to some Project X type of parties. That's not the case. I've only been to parties that fraternities have thrown, and obviously the fraternities at an HBCU were better, but I also went to Howard University, so they were the alpha chapters of each, you know. But they're not that poppin' out here. Maybe it's just my campus, but I think parties at an HBCU are better. Plus, you know, everybody loves to pop out. People don't really get that dressed up. It's more like, how much skin can I show at a PWI, whereas in HBCU it's like, how fashionable can I get, like which look can I serve today. And I think I liked that more. But also because of the music choice, again, just being a black student who likes hip-hop and R&B and wants to hear that new Cardi B that came out the day it comes out, I think an HBCU has it. But, you know, I might be biased. So parties, HBCU got it. Now, before y'all think I'm biased, I'm not, because I've mentioned to you many times before, I do not discriminate when it comes to men. I'm interested in each category that is out there. I don't think that I should limit myself, you know. So personally, I just think the men on an HBCU campus are more attractive, and not because they're black. They're just because, like, the business school, they have to dress up every day. So to see men in suits and like tailored suits, since at an HBCU like everybody wants to dress to impress and stuff like that, being in a tailored suit at 8 o'clock in the morning in the cafeteria, excuse me, but you know, there are some fine men out here, sis. And you know, there's the medical campus, the law school. I think I'm still gonna give men to the HBCU. Last category is networking, and I'm talking about in terms of job placements. This category is a little tough. We're gonna have to hash it out. At my PWI, they definitely have given me more options, but I don't already have my foot in the door. So let me explain that. At my HBCU, when they told you to apply somewhere, it's because, you know, they had somebody on the other end that they were gonna slip your name to. So it was a little bit easier to get into positions because you had people backing you up. Here at my PWI, that's not necessarily the case. However, I'm exposed to more companies and more positions just because so many companies want to partner with my PWI. For me, I personally don't know which one I like better. I kind of liked having my professors at my HBCU always looking out for me and always putting my name out there. but I also like that I'm finally being challenged to be more. We're gonna get a little deep before I give you my final answer. I don't believe in being mediocre at anything that I do. I've never thought that that was cool, but being at my HBCU, I saw a lot of people were into that. And it's funny to me because the same students that will complain about their white counterparts getting certain things and calling it white mediocrity, saying that they like don't deserve it or whatever, are the same students that will get things based off of clout and only clout. Clout, for those of you who are unaware, is like your cool points, how many people you know. They're the same students saying this and doing that, and it never made sense to me. There are a lot of people that I know that I graduated that are not talented, and it's not me hating. I'm just being honest. Your friends gassed you and got you to the place that you are at today. It was not your hard work and it was not your talent, because you're not. And what that does is it cultivates a lazy spirit within you. You start thinking that you don't have to do that much because no matter what, like, these people are gonna have your back, right? But at a certain point, you graduate. I hope you graduate. So you can't bank on your friends and whoever to keep gassing you your entire life. At some point, like, you gotta actually put in the work and do it yourself. Being here at PWI, where literally no one has my best interest at heart except for me, I've really had to reevaluate some of these skills that I thought I was just so amazing at, that I was throwing on my resume. As low as my self-esteem was for myself, I was extremely arrogant when I graduated from Howard University. I thought that I was that in a bag of chips. And don't get me wrong, I am amazing. I am. But I had work to do and I wasn't seeing it until I got here. According to my ranking system, the HBCU won over the PWI, but don't get it twisted. There are important lessons that you will learn at both. An HBCU taught me how to love myself, how to pump myself up, how to brand myself. It made me feel like nothing was impossible for me. Being at a PWI taught me to refine and hone in on my skills, and more than anything, to stop BSing and just do the work. This has been Black Girls YouTube 2. I'm in Ebony and Ivy League now. Follow that hashtag. I really hope that you liked this video. If you did, subscribe, comment down below, all that good stuff. Follow me on my social medias. And let me know if you've been to both, what you think is better, or if you're at one now, rep your school in the comment section. I mean, ain't nobody better than Howard University or Columbia University, CU, like, what's good? But you can try it and be cute, I guess. This has been Black Girls YouTube 2. You know I do it for